Boys and girls, this week in reading, we are going to talk about different kinds of poems and study some poetry, which I think is really fun. So we're going to start with our PowerPoint for the week, and let's see what we're talking about. You are going to be taught the use of and special features of poetry. You will be provided with many examples, and you will then take notes on poems and we will identify some together. So let's get started. This is a limerick. What is a limerick, mother? It's a form of free verse, said brother, in which lines 1 and 2 rhyme with 5 when it's through, and 3 and 4 rhyme with each other. So this is a limerick, and it's actually telling you what a limerick is in the poem. So it says, where's my pointer here? It says lines 1 and 2 rhyme with 5 when it's through. So line 1, mother, line 2, brother, and line 5, other. So 1, 3, and 5, or 1, 2, and 5 rhyme, and then 3 and 4, 2 and through rhyme. Okay, so lines 1, 2, and 5 rhyme, mother, brother, other, and then line 3 and 4 rhyme, 2 and through. So we're going to take some notes, and I promise you'll be fine. What is a rhyming poem? Hopefully you remember rhyming words. A rhyming poem is a poem that contains rhyming words at the end of certain lines. Here's an example. Nighttime by Lee Bennett Hopkins. How do dreams know when to creep into my head when I fall to sleep? Creep and sleep rhyme. They have the same ending sounds. And the purpose of rhyming poems is that usually they're used for humor, which makes them funny. These poems are fun to read. Let's see some more poems. A rhyming poem. Marty Smarty went to a party in her jumbo jet. After tea, she jumped in the sea and got her pants all wet. That's pretty cool that she has a jet. Here's some more rhymes. Spaghetti, spaghetti. Spaghetti, spaghetti, you're wonderful stuff. I love you, spaghetti. I can't get enough. You're covered with sauce and you're sprinkled with cheese. Spaghetti, spaghetti, oh, give me some, please. So some rhyming words here. We have stuff and enough, and cheese and please. Whoops. What is alliteration? Alliteration is another kind. And if you notice in the word alliteration, the word all is in the front of the word. So that's my clue on how to remember what alliteration is. So alliteration, almost all the words have the same first beginning sound. So a poem with alliteration repeats the first sounds closely together of the first letter. And here's an example. Sheila Shorter sought a suitor. Sheila sought a suitor short. Sheila's suitor sure to suit her. Short's the suitor Sheila sought. It's like a tongue twister, kind of is what alliteration is. That one's hard. So almost all the words start with the same sound, SH or S. So that's what alliteration is. And the purpose of alliteration is that they tend to be tongue twisters. They are written for the fun they bring when they read. Did you ever do any tongue twisters before? Let's look. Down the slippery slide they slid, sitting slightly sideways, slipping swiftly, see them skid on holidays and Fridays. So this poem is a rhyming poem and alliteration. Almost all, it doesn't have to be all, but almost all the words start with the letter S. So you try to read it right now. Down the slippery slide they slid. It's hard to read. Here's another one. A fly and a flea flew up in a flue, said the fly to the flea, what shall we do? Let's fly, said the flea. Let's flee, said the fly. So they fluttered and flew up a flaw in the flue. So what letter is mostly all the words start with? Right, they mostly start with the letters FL. So that's what alliteration is. It's like a tongue twister. So you should try to read it right now. Pause me and try to read it. See if you can read it as fast as you can and not mess up. Here's some more. Night, 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 said one night to the other night, 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 night. And that one starts with mostly the letter, the N sound. Doesn't have to be the same letter, but the same sound. So like the KN makes that N sound. So that is our introduction to poetry, and we are going to take some notes. So make sure you have your reading notebook and you have this paper. What I want you to do before you start is cut the little poems out. I've got them cut out already. And then that way you'll be ready to take our notes, okay? So go ahead, cut the poems out, get your glue sticks too. And we're gonna take some notes on poetry.